Hello. Today I'm going to talk to you about the immune system. Now, I'd like you all to guess where the immune cell is on the screen. I bet you can't find it. Well, I'll highlight it for you in case you don't know where it is. It's right there. That specific immune cell is called a neutrophil. So, why don't we start off talking about the innate immune system, which is what this video is about. The innate immune system is the general immune system that you were born with. It is not your adaptive immune system, which is different and does different things. Your innate immune system's job is to be the first responders and combat bacterial and viral infections before the adaptive immune system gets there. The adaptive immune system takes some time. Now, let's give you guys a picture. Let's say you stepped on a rusty nail and it punctured your skin, the first layer of defense. Before we get into what happens next, I'd like to talk to you a few short seconds about the skin. Now, the skin is the first layer of defense and the largest organ in your body. A few fun facts about the skin that you may not know is 1. Bacteria are covering it. 2. The top layer of your skin is dead. And 3. It's also covered in an acid that harms bacteria and whatever pathogens want to enter your skin. So, the nail punctures your skin. The first thing that happens is you'd probably pull it out. Now, the first thing that really happens is neutrophils are coming out of your bloodstream. Let's make a little diagram of that. This is a blood vessel. This is a neutrophil. It's going to come out here to fight any pathogens that will come in through the hole or were on the nail and came in already. Now, how it does that is there are little receptors on this side, and when the nail punctures, there are dying cells, like here, which will produce a type of cytokine, and it will go over to these receptors and latch on, which will make the cells make these receptors, which the neutrophil attaches to, and it uses the receptors to be pushed outside of the blood vessel. Sorry about the background noise. My brothers and sisters are there's a lot of my brothers and sisters, and they're very annoying, and they just won't be quiet, and just sorry about it. That is what happens. We've got neutrophils coming out. That's how it works. And so the neutrophils will come out to fight the infection, which, let's say, is caused by bacteria. Let's show you a little bacteria. Here's a bacteria. The neutrophils don't like these. They're going to try and get rid of them by, you'll never guess it, let's see here. Eating them. They will try to eat. Oops, I did that wrong. they will try to eat the bacteria by, let's see here. Let's draw a neutrophil real quick. Let's draw bacteria. On the cell walls are these little receptors that will attach to the bacteria. They're called toll-like receptors, and some bacteria have little parts of them that are indistinguishably bacteria and not your own cells. That's why they don't eat your own cells. So they know they can eat any type of bacteria that is on every single bacteria. They're called toll-like receptors, as I said before. And it takes the bacteria in through the cell walls into a little thing. The bacteria is in here. Then it sprays it with chemicals. All the chemicals go in there and they break down the bacteria. Then it will go out to the side and spray parts of the bacteria out. Kind of like that. That's how it eats the bacteria, which is how it defends your body. After a while, neutrophils will be coming out of the blood, which causes liquid to come out, which is known as inflammation, pain, itchiness, that kind of stuff. And so, after a while, not that long, macrophages, which kind of look like they have little grabber arms. They also eat bacteria or viruses or whatever. Let's draw a macrophage. This is a macrophage. It does the same thing we talked about with eating about the neutrophils. That's how the neutrophils did it. That's how they eat it. Macrophages do the same exact thing. And they are big blobs, a lot bigger than neutrophils, that have arms on them and eat the bacteria by grabbing them with the arms. Of course, there is always other cells there doing stuff, but we're not going to talk about them. A few of them would be mast cells, which spray out a bunch of acid that's dangerous. We also have, sometimes, depends on where, the nail wouldn't hit you there. There's also basophils, eosinophils, those types of stuff. They have some jobs in there, but they're mostly anti-parasite weapons. Same thing with the mast cells. And also dendritic cells. They're basically big hairy cells with lots more arms than macrophages, and they are also phagocytes. That's what it's called for cells to eat bacteria. And they're also antigen-presenting cells, which means after they eat them, they take little parts of the bacteria or viruses and put them on a MHC class 2 molecule. And this will be very important when we get into the adaptive immune system, which will be later, so we'll just forget about them for now. So macrophages eating, neutrophils eating. Neutrophils also vomit acid, kind of like the mast cells, which can also damage your own cells. They're going to be fighting like that. And sometimes they might kill